Stay tuned and let's build this Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Thor Build-A-Figure. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And today we have finally got round to building the Build-A-Figure of the brand new Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Wave 3, which is of course this Thor Build-A-Figure, aka Bro Thor, aka Lebowski Thor, Fat Thor, anything you want. It is Thor in his pajamas essentially. So to build him, you need to get all of the pieces you see on the table. And to do that, you will need to buy all 6 figures in the wave, which include Iron Patriot, Captain America, Hamdall, Iron Man Mark 85, Valkyrie, and Vision. You buy all 6 of those figures, you will get all of the pieces you see on the table, and you should hopefully be able to build Thor just like me. So that is what we're going to do now. So let's do it. I'm going to go with the sunglasses head just for first. And this figure should be quite an easy one to build, but knowing me, I'll still get it wrong because when I'm looking through the camera lens, it never works out properly. Okay, so head goes on there. Arms should just be quite self-explanatory. But again, doing it through the camera lens always scares me that I'm going to break it. But I heard a click. Oh, might have to do some behind the camera strength. Oh, click, it went in, it went in. Now the legs, make sure I put these on right. So that one should be there. And that one should be there. Pow! And they all clicked. Hopefully I've put them in right. And hopefully we had Thor. Let's have a look. Pow! And here he is out of the box, all built up. And I have to admit, it's a great looking action figure. Now, I've made it no secret that I would have personally rather have had a final battle version of Thor, where he's got the plaited beard, the plaited hair, and he's wielding both Stormbreaker and Mjolnir. But that's just my personal preference, as that's the type of display I want to build. But I completely understand why Hasbro wanted to do this unique character design for Thor from Endgame. He's got the Crocs, he's got the pajama bottoms, he's got the dressing gown, he's got the hoodie, he's got the sunglasses, and we even get an interchangeable head without the sunglasses, which is a nice touch. And of course we get the quantum round watch as well. So it's a unique looking action figure. I completely understand why Hasbro wanted to do it, and they have done a great job at making that version of Thor. I just personally wanted the other version, but hopefully, fingers crossed, Hasbro do give us that eventually, and I shall find a nice home for this guy in the display. So let me get him off the magical, very slow rotating base, and we'll take a closer look at Thor, and I'll swap out the heads as well, and we'll see what the articulation is like on this fat Thor body. But yes, overall, I'm obviously very happy. This is a fun looking action figure. So here's a closer look at Thor with that big bushy beard. And again, if you haven't seen Lebowski, that is why we're calling him Lebowski Thor, as he looks like this. Now the eyes are under the glasses, which is a nice touch. But we don't need to take them off, as we have a completely different head for that, and I'll show you in a minute. While he was on the rotating base, I didn't realise, but I had all the hair tucked in annoyingly. But the hair obviously does sort of lay over the hood and the dressing gown. And yeah, looks good. So let's swap that one out and see what it's like with the other head. And again, make sure the hair sort of flops over the dressing gown, because he has got long hair and a big bushy beard. And there you go. So I like this about Thor, as he has 2 different colour eyes. You can still see the scar where his eye was originally removed. And he's got the big bushy beard. And you can definitely see Chris Hemsworth in there as well. I know it's Chris Hemsworth wearing a fat suit, but you can still see his facial features there, which is a nice touch. This hoodie, this dressing gown, I should say, is completely removable. This will come off if you wanted to. But obviously, it will leave you with the red arms. So you wouldn't really want to do that. And there's a closer look at the big fat body. So let me just pull that off, just so we can see the body. So there is Fat Thor after a lot of beers apparently holding out at the New Asgard. So we see the big fat belly. It seems a bit soft, so it's probably they've made it rubbery. But the diaphragm still moves a bit. You can still do the twist, but you can't obviously get him leaning forward much because now he has a big fat belly. So that's unfortunate. But the legs seem just normal Marvel Legends size, to be fair. He's just wearing pajama bottoms, so it seems like only single jointed legs, knees, unfortunately. But he does have rocker on the foot for his Crocs, and obviously he's wearing these pajama bottoms as such. But yeah, that is Thor. So obviously we want to put the robe back on, and the robe, does this rope come out? No, it looks like it's a loose separate piece, but it's actually glued in here on the tassely bits, and the pockets are sculpted in, and it's a decent sculpt for what it is, to be fair. But you can't really display him without it because it just doesn't work. So he's kind of squeezing back into this. Get back in there. Oh, there you go. So I've just noticed as well the hoodie strings are a separate piece as well. Right, so, oh yeah, when you put the hood back on, you've got to get the hoodie as a separate piece, and you've got to put it under. There you go. I didn't even realise that until I just did it myself. But yeah, that hoodie is a separate piece that you've got to put over the robe. But yeah, there is that Thor. And of course he comes with, I think this is a different version of Stormbreaker. The painting seems a little bit sloppy at the top there. They've just sort of slopped some silver on there. But he will hold it in both hands. Not a problem. It seems like a softer plastic, this version round, to be fair. And we also get an interchangeable hand. So obviously he's wearing like these beige gloves, but you can take them out and you can put the Quantum Realm watch on. Because originally he was meant to go through the Quantum Realm wearing this outfit, but then they CGI'd the Avengers white uniforms on top of all of them. But this is how he was originally dressed to go through the Quantum Realm. So I can understand why Hasbro give us the Quantum Realm watch for this outfit, because when they were all doing that big walk through the Avengers facility and they were all in the white outfits, before they got CGI'd in white outfits, Thor was wearing this one. And obviously he wore this when they were doing the whole planning with all the time, all the Infinity Stones as well. But yeah, if you've not seen Lebowski, then at least Google some images of the Big Lebowski and you can understand why Tony Stark called him Lebowski Thor. But I think they're officially dubbing this Bro Thor. I think that's what the Russo brothers called him. But yeah, it's a fun looking action figure. Fat Thor. Definitely make people ask questions when they see it in your display. It's a fun looking action figure. A figure that none of us expected to get either, to be fair. None of us expected Thor to be fat. I wasn't massively happy with that choice in the film personally at first, but I've grew to sort of like it over time. But yes, Fat Thor. So here's a quick look at Thor through the ages. This is how we always seen Thor during Thor 1, 2, and the first couple of Avengers films. It wasn't until Ragnarok that we really started to see a change and he cut his hair. Then this is what we see at the end of Ragnarok and the start of Infinity War. And then this is, of course, when he turned up on Wakanda. And then this is obviously Fat Thor from Endgame. So yeah, there's been quite a lot of character change to Thor. And we're getting a fourth movie as well with Love and Thunder. So still plenty more Thor to go. And just to concentrate on these two for a minute, I noticed that this Thor is definitely much taller than this one. So maybe this Infinity War Thor is a little bit oversized. But what people are asking is, can one of the new Thor heads with the big beard fit on this Thor? So we can sort of make our own version of Final Battle Endgame Thor. Now, he doesn't have the plaited beard or the plaited hair, but the head does pop on. Now, obviously, he's not fat either. But if you wanted to sort of fake it, at least this head does actually pop onto this body. So it could be a decent stand-in, because you could have the glasses Thor on this body and maybe this, but I don't think it works that well. I think this Thor is a little oversized, but maybe you could get it to work if you wanted to. Obviously, you need to get Mjolnir as well. But yeah, it works-ish. And then here we have Thor compared to his best friends, I suppose. Here we have Korg and Rocket, and I do think that these three scale really well together. And this version of Hulk is maybe a little bit oversized. I do think Professor Hulk was a little bit shorter, probably the same size as Korg, but still, they all look really good together. And then lastly, here we have Thor compared to all of the other figures in this wave. So if you're building Thor, then you do need to have everyone on the table, which is War Machine / Iron Patriot, Vision, Iron Man Mark 85, Captain America, Valkyrie and Heimdall. And to be fair, this is a solid wave. You know me, massive MCU fan, so I'm very happy to have a whole wave of MCU characters, and I will find a home for all of them in my display and collection somewhere. They all look great. Definitely worth getting them all if you're an MCU fan. And go and check out my full reviews of every single one of these on the channel right now, on the playlist and on the videos tab. But overall, I am very happy. So you let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you like this Thor Build-A-Figure? What is your favourite figure in this wave? Let me know in the comments. I'm always curious to hear your thoughts. But most importantly, help me hit 10k subscribers if I'm not there by now, because these videos are all pre-recorded. Then hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. And as always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you subscribe, and I shall see you on the next one.